there was a little tiny religion notice. The Catholic Network for Women's Equality is meeting at Morrow Park. And I found myself to the meeting, and wow, you know, to be in a room of like-minded women, it was just, I found my church, because I really had started to feel like I want to still be a part of this church, but I don't really belong because I don't, you know, so it was like coming home, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my Catholicism always has meant something so profound for me.
I guess a strong Catholic upbringing to start with.
Strong Irish Catholic faith.
I was born into a Catholic home.
Being Catholic was part and parcel of our everyday life.
Being part of a Vatican II church, my youth was one of openness. And so I came into a beautiful church.
Really, the women in my family passed down the faith.
But I remember then, of course, going through, you know, my high school years and then raising my daughters and thinking, oh my goodness, what kind of a church am I initiating them into?
After a while it becomes intolerable because you realize that women are pretty invisible.
I wanted to say, where am I in the Mass?
Emphasis of Vatican II was very much on the laity, and laity is made up of women and men.
We're baptized as equal members, that we think, into the same body of Christ.
I was interested and had always been interested actually in ordination and would have liked to have been ordained. I told my mother I'd like to be a Jesuit. She said I would be a good one. Anyway, this was not a realistic aim for me, but it was something that was very central to my heart.
It always strikes me as an unjust.
Right.
The faculty was opening up to the gifts of women, and we were sent, a group of us, over to Detroit for the Women's Ordination Conference there, and heard wonderful speakers. So when we came home, we thought we should do something in Toronto. And there was a group of us, I think it was about 40 people. There was a movement, things were happening, and there were people who were making things happen.
When I had a chance to join CNWE, I jumped at that.
I became a CNWE member in 1992.
I found there were other people. It was a common meeting ground.
It was so empowering to be able to listen to these women and dialogue with them, and CNWE allowed that to happen.
Just to think that women were doing this with so much conviction.
And I just couldn't believe the wonderful people, and it's the community of CNWE that keeps me there.
Pray, learn, and discern together. To be in solidarity with all who yearn for justice and equality, and to go forward hand in hand. For we know that another world is not only possible, she is on her way. And on a quiet day, we can hear her breathing.
We have a strength. We're able to carry larger views, and we also sustain each other with amazing ritual.
Our founding mothers created a movement that was Canada-wide with the hope and the desire that members would connect and create a very strong voice, a voice for change.
Our annual conferences have been amazing. To be able to travel right across Canada.
Putting faces on people I had been interacting with on email.
One of the great joys for me is the connections that I made across the country.
CNWE's brought me to many conferences. Twice I've come to Call to Action in Milwaukee, where people are 1,500 to 3,000 people are all fired up.
The Seed Keepers is CNWE's newsletter, published 3 times a year and written by CNWE members.
I felt so connected by just getting Seed Keepers. And I'd flip through it and I'm thinking, these women are talking about issues that I was silenced to even bring up. So I love the Seed Keepers.
Many times I'm asked, do you ever think the Roman Catholic Church will change? And I reply, of course I think it will change, but I can't say when and I can't say how, but I believe in change. I think it's at the cornerstone of being a Christian. We hold a Purple Stole Vigil every year during Holy Week in front of the cathedral in St. John.
Speak to the relevant and pressing and urgent issues of our times for people and families in the light of the gospel.
Not white smoke or black, but pink, to back the argument in favour of women being able to be ordained as priests in the Catholic Church.
We raise pink smoke as a sign of our hope for the future, when eventually one day we'll see the election of a woman pope in our church.
What type of changes do you think the Catholic Church needs to make?
Well, as a member of the Catholic Network for Women's Equality, we believe in justice and equality for women in the church and in the world.
And the thing about CNWE is it's still here.
I think women's voices need to be heard. CNWE is one way in which women speak.
CNWE is about discussion.
CNWE is informing. CNWE is beautiful community for me.
CNWE is women empowering women.
CNWE is a spiritual refuge.
CNWE is inspiration, sisterhood,
friendship, hope. And we're building on the shoulders of giants.
Sister, carry on.
Sister, carry on. Sister, carry on. It may be rocky and it may be rough, but sister, carry on. Give it out. Sister, we share the way. Sister, we share the way. Heart to heart and hand to hand. Sister, we share the way.
To me, it's a light in the darkness.